OPPO has been focusing on the selfie camera of all its smartphones, and the newly launched OPPO F5 promises to capture the real you. So I took this camera smartphone out for a testing, not forgetting its new 18:9 aspect ratio. So how does this device really fare? Does the OPPO F5 tick every box? Hello everyone, I am Pratima Adhikari and this is the OPPO F5 review. The 20 megapixel selfie camera is definitely the USP of the F5. OPPO is bragging about the artificial intelligence capability of this camera to beautify a selfie, so I had to put that to the test. And I have to say, I didn't like the beauty mode at all. Taking a normal picture, everything looked good. Take my friend's picture for example. I was impressed by the fact that the camera could brighten up a picture when he was taking the picture on the left. On the right, however, OPPO amazingly erased the mole on his forehead. I have never seen a single smartphone do this. And look at the skin tone. I don't know if anyone would like a picture with such skin tone. And the eyes are magically sparkling too. I had the same issue with this picture. My friend surprisingly lost his mole again thanks to OPPO. Yes, a couple of people on Instagram might like this new AI-compatible selfie shooter, but is it for everyone? And under low light setup, the picture taken from the normal mode looks much better than the one taken from the beauty mode, as you can see it for yourself. Yes, the normal selfie mode takes good pictures, but there is nothing to be home about as lots of smartphones are capable of taking better pictures, with the Huawei Nova 2i being a prime example. At the rear side sits a 16 megapixel camera which is decent at its best. Under ample lighting, the device can capture pictures with good color reproduction and saturation. But I wasn't at all impressed by the HDR mode. The HDR-enabled picture on the right only has a little bit of increased exposure, and on these two pictures, there is no difference whatsoever. In short, even though OPPO claims itself as a great camera smartphone, the OPPO F5 has what we call an average at its best lenses. The OPPO F5 with its new octa-core Helio P23 processor and Mali 671 GPU performs quite well considering its price tag. The device scored higher on Antutu as compared to the Huawei Nova 2i and the J7 Pro. The dual-core GPU of the device also has a respectable score as it outperforms the Nova 2i and the J7 Pro. These stats are emulated well on real-life performance as the device with its 4GB RAM handles most of the things thrown at it. Gaming on this device yields good results and multitasking is great. However, sometimes there are lags here and there, and I think it's the software of the device that is solely responsible. Words cannot describe how disappointed I am with the OPPO F5's UI. The skin on top of Android Nougat is truly a copy of the Apple's iOS. And while I am okay with manufacturer's choice to copy good things of another manufacturer, OPPO has included some of the worst features of the iOS. Take the notification shade and the control center for example. You should also know that it takes 2 taps to remove a notification. Everything about the skin is a whole lot of disappointment. And the heavily skinned Android is what causes stutters here and there. Well, OPPO isn't just cashing in on the camera setup of its new smartphone. It is now one of the few smartphone manufacturers to include the narrower 18:9 aspect ratio on a mid-range device. So, in short, this device's display will be directly compared with the Huawei Nova 2i. Let's forget about the nits and other geeky terms to explain this display and rather focus on the real-world usage. The OPPO F5's Full HD display produces deeper blacks, thus resulting in an excellent contrast. For a device worth $34,000, it has good sharpness and enough brightness to use it under brightest of lights. But like I said before, this smartphone will go up against the Huawei Nova 2i. And side by side, the Nova 2i certainly has better saturation and color reproduction. And don't even get me started on how it performs against the Galaxy J7 Pro. The Super AMOLED display of the J7 Pro is the best display on any mid-ranger in 2017, even with the traditional 16:9 aspect ratio. You will have to give up on the one-handed usage, though, as the 18:9 form factor and the 6-inch display don't help with the cause. But the newer type of display certainly helps amplify multimedia and gaming experience. With this new display format, OPPO has certainly impressed many. You too will be impressed with the screen while holding the smartphone right before you start noticing that the back is actually made of plastic. Well, this is due to the polycarbonate plastic backing the OPPO apparently opted to cut the cost. Vivo has done the same thing with its new Vivo V7. The polished plastic tries to emulate modern 2017 looks. I have to admit that the rear side is great looks-wise. It's somewhat similar to the iPhone 7. But on hands, you will understand how OPPO has cleverly worked to make it look like metal. The back certainly helps in a better grip though, which is not at all possible with metallic backs. On this polycarbonate body sits an oval-shaped fingerprint scanner, and believe me, it's one of the most fastest sensor. It is capable of unlocking the device in a jiffy, and not once has it given up on me yet. OPPO has also imitated Apple, including a face unlock system. Although this security option can intelligently differentiate between a real face and a picture, I have had mixed feelings about this security option, as it works only 95% of the time. I even had issues while registering my face, as the smartphone constantly nagged me about the angle and the lighting I was in. And if you are in a poorly lit condition, the face unlock might not even work sometimes. But when it worked, it was fast, and really fast. The battery life of the OPPO F5 is quite good, to be honest. During my day-to-day usage, the battery certainly lasted for a whole day. The standby time of this 3200 mAh battery is great as well. The choice of the processor, although it is of 16nm, has helped the cause. You will be dissatisfied to know about the lack of fast charging support though, so it will take you over 2 hours to completely juice up the device. The OPPO F5 is a selfie-oriented smartphone like all other OPPO smartphones. So in the end, this review begs a question: is the OPPO F5 something you would really invest in? Well, that depends. While some people might not be that into taking selfies, but this device can be a good choice for someone who is really into the selfie experience. Also, it has a bright display and the new 18:9 aspect ratio, which is great for gaming and multimedia experience. But the Nepali market has become so competitive that what the OPPO F5 lacks is easily available in other smartphones in the same price range. So that's all for the review. If you're looking for tech-related content, please do tune into Gadget Byte Nepal. I'm Pratima Adhikari, and thanks for watching.